Alright, welcome back to One Piece Anime Re-Review, episode number 128. Yeah, we're on the dub for the most recent arc of the series, Egghead Island. Yep, this is part 1 of 3. This is the start of the first voyage, first of 3 that have been released dubbed. Yep. Yeah, finally up to this one. Watching the episode that aired, you probably think, how long ago was this one? By the way, we're discussing episodes 1086 to 1087. That's why I think that these episodes are pretty much the start of Egghead Island. Yeah, these episodes do kick those off, but more they're like, they feel like, how's the best way to describe it? It's basically after effects of the, it's more like set up for, like, basically like in between. Despite the fact they're not officially at Egghead Island yet. No. Yeah, where Luffy, of course, caused basically the Sunny to fall over this waterfall, and he got the crap slapped out of him by Nami, put him in a cage, and basically put him on ship arrest. And at one point, his stomach he was hungry, because, well, he was. Yeah, by the way, this aired, I kid you not, almost 2 years ago. You're like, really? 2 years ago? Oh yeah, definitely so. And they get notification of, well, how much basically they're... of course, you have Jean being afraid because, well, telling them to calm down, Nami, like, it was like, what did you say? And then, of course, you have Zoro sleeping, Sancho, how about Robin? Food, of course, like, we read the one-on posters. Yep. Chopper's bounty currently, that first hit Chopper, his bounty is increased at 1,000 berries, which only went up by 900. Nami's went up to 366. Brooks went up to 383 million. Frankie, 394 million. And apparently his one poster is now the Sunny, because last time it was John Frankie, now it's the ship. For some reason, because I really couldn't find them, which is weird. Usopp's increased at 500 million berries. Robin's is now 930. Sanji's is 1.32 billion. Jinbei, 1.100 million. 1,100,000,000 berries. Zoro's is like just 1,100 million higher, and Luffy's is 3 billion. Yep. Aside from all that, well, and then of course we have stuff with the Cross Guild, where, because they go a little more detail this episode, where they do explain that Buggy was on the run because he was about to leave basically people behind. Because, of course, Navy is there, so he wanted to leave. But Crocodile went along because apparently he owed him money, because apparently he borrowed money from him to start his delivery service. So, basically, they decided to partner up with him to form another company. Bug was just a part of it, of course. And it'll be known as Cross Guild. And, of course, joined by Hawkeye Mihawk, and the post went out to imply the fact that Crocodile and Hawkeye Mihawk are his subordinates. As far as they're not. They're basically the executives. And he's basically the figurehead. And of course, they reluctantly settle on that. They're actually first upset with basically... This is actually the first of 2 things they're upset with him over. The other is something else, which both times result in them slice him up and punch his head a lot. Yep. And then the very next episode is this. Amazon Lily is attacked by the Navy. which picks up right where Boa Hancock was previously seen during the Wano arc, which at the time it came out was the most recent time she was seen. And then it turns out Kobe has basically stormed on the island, and of course the women are very upset the fact that they've broken their agreement because basically it's against their law that no man can have an island despite the fact they've had Jinbei, Silver Rayleigh, Luffy, and well, the Heart Pirates, though technically they were in a cove and they were still in the city per se. It was mostly just Luffy. And well, they fired on the ships, and then they proceeded to fire back, and then all of a sudden the fucking Blackbeard pirates show up. Yes, the Blackbeard pirates because Blackbeard wants Hancock's power. Yep. And this is where we also debuted the Pacifistas. The ones that are copies of Boa Hancock, Botha Akuma, and get this, Hawkeye Mihawk. Yep, this is when they make their debut appearance. And it's kind of weird that these three do show up later on in the arc. Yeah, and they, of course, blast everywhere. And, of course, when Boa Hancock comes out, everybody's petrified except for Blackbeard and Kobe. Like, even two subordinates. Now, Kobe is interesting because he's probably the first good person from Luffy who's immune to her charm. Which I find that to be interesting. Luffy is just like, what? I'm sure basically Luffy probably may think she's pretty, but I don't think he... Yeah, it's kind of weird. So basically, in a way, Kobe and Blackbeard are now the second, third person respectively to be immune to Hancock's charm. Though the episode does sadly end with Blackbeard's hand around her neck. Because he wants her power. And she's like, even if you think about it, you probably don't know how to use it. Yeah, overall, really good 2 episodes. And we're just starting with the first voyage of the Egghead Island, which starts with episode 1086 and ends with 1096. But let's discuss the rest of the episodes tomorrow. Hopefully get some manga done too on that, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, notifications. I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye.